I'm Terry Hutchins with AllHoosiers.com. We're at Chrysler Center in Ann Arbor, where tonight Indiana loses to Michigan 84-80. Hoosiers are down 73-62 with under 5 to go. Make a valiant comeback, 13-2 run, tie the game, and then Glenn Robinson III hits a big three from the right corner with 1:10 to go, and they kind of hang on from there with free throws. But, overall, what did you think about the way Indiana played tonight?
Especially in the first half, they were really just kind of able to score at will. They looked really free out there. They were able to score all over the court. They had a lot of great play from their freshmen, Devin Davis, Stan Robinson, Troy Williams. Troy had some great dunks that we'll probably see on SportsCenter later this evening, I think. And they were really able to get the ball inside, spread the ball out. I think they were 4 of 10 from 3 in the first half, so able to execute there as well.
Indiana shot the ball really well, especially early. Hit their first 9 shots, took control of the game that way. Turnovers in the second half really cost them. They had, I think, 12 of their 15 turnovers in the second half.
Yeah, and Coach Green talked about that afterwards. He said that there's too much lollygagging up on the top of the key, and when they were trying to get it down to the low post, they would either mess it up or they would throw it laterally. Like Evan Gordon threw it once laterally, brought that up, and that caused a big time turnover where Michigan was able to score on the other end. But I think they just came out and they didn't play the same way they did in the first half. They came out in the second half, were slower. The crowd got loud here. I think that may have got to them a little bit, but I think the start of the second half is what really got them. They came out and they just started really slow, and it just wasn't whatever was there in the first half wasn't there in the second half.
I thought it was a pretty typical Indiana game because you really don't know what to expect from game to game with this team, and Crean even talked about that too. Played well against Ohio State, didn't play so well at home against Nebraska, played really well today. And so, it's such a hard Indiana team to figure out. The Hoosiers are now 17-14 and 7-11 in the Big Ten. And next week's the Big Ten tournament in Indianapolis. The Hoosiers could be anywhere from a 7 to a 9 seed. More than likely, they're going to fall in that 8-9 game. But the most interesting thing about that 8-9 game is if they can find a way to win it, they play Michigan again. And I think of all the teams that Michigan probably doesn't want to play, Indiana's high on that list.
Oh, certainly. Your odds as an Indiana team going up against that 8 or 9 team aren't great because you see, I think a lot of times they tend to play up or down for their competition this season. They, struggle against the Nebraskas, the Penn States, the Northwestern teams, and they come out well against the ranked teams. So if they can get a win in that first game, I think, they got to like their odds against Michigan of any of the top 4 teams for sure. They've won 3 in a row against them up until this point this season. And, Tom Crean didn't really give a whole lot of indication on why he felt like the teams match up well, but they both play a fairly fast-paced game. Indiana is able to move the ball, get in transition, not play as much half-court against this team, and I think that really has boded well for them the past couple of years.
That's it for us from the Chrysler Center at the University of Michigan, where Michigan beats Indiana 84-80. Follow all of our coverage at allhoosiers.com tonight and tomorrow, and we'll see you next time.